my name is Marina Lozando,
My name is Marcos Elizondo.
and today we're going to be teaching you how to take your first step and how to get to your standby position and your 5 points of alignment. So I will be teaching today my students, Marcos Elizondo, how to do all these things. The concept that we're going to go through is the 5 points of alignment, and it's basically the go-to posture of any member in the marching band field. So, Marcus. So we like to start from the bottom up because we're building you up from the bottom, like a foundation. So with anything like a strong foundation, like a tree, you want to have a really strong legs, right?
Correct.
And really strong feet. So whenever you're marching, you have two positions that your feet can be in. You can be parallel,
Okay.
which is when you're actually marching, or you can be at standby, which is what we call, you have a 45-degree angle and your heels are joined together.
Okay.
Awesome, that looks great. The next point of alignment is your knees. So with your knees, you don't want them to be too relaxed, and you also don't want them to be locked, because that's another point of tension.
Okay.
So just relax your knees to their natural bend, and just leave them be as they
Okay.
are. Do you feel any tension?
No tension.
No locked?
Not locked. No.
Awesome, because I wouldn't like you to pass out. The next point of alignment is your hips.
Okay.
So your hips should not be pushed out, so do this with me. Go all the way out
Mm-hmm.
and put your butt out. Then go all the way in and put your belly forward. So find that halfway point and find where you feel the tallest.
Okay.
So I'm going to check your side profile to see if that looks good. Yeah, that looks great. Good job. Awesome. Okay. Now, an important part of the process that a lot of people forget is that you want to engage your core when you're in this position, because that is that is what supports your back, right? Your
Okay.
core muscles.
You got it.
So you want your pelvis, so grab your hips like this, and I want you to tuck in your pelvis so that it feels like your hip you're bringing to your ribs. And that, do you feel the engagement?
Definitely.
So that's how it's supposed to feel all the time. But I don't want you to feel tension, and I don't want you to feel like you're doing like a ton of sit-ups and be
Okay.
sore afterwards. But I do want you to feel engaged and be aware of those muscles.
Okay.
Your next point of alignment that we're going to focus on is now your upper body.
Okay.
So your shoulders. A lot of people tend to slump their shoulders forward, and I know that you're not a high school student, but when you're in high school you probably did this too. And you walk like this
Oh yeah.
with your shoulders forward, and you just don't have the energy to support your upper body. So we don't want the shoulders to slump forward. As the same, we don't want the shoulders to be all the way back, because this creates tension too.
Correct.
So find that middle ground, and I like to think of it as opening my chest up. So that if I had a sign here that said like, "Hi Mom," or "Hi Beatrice, my wife," she could see it all the way up in the bleachers.
Okay.
Awesome, let me just check you really fast. That looks really good, Dad.
That feels good actually.
It feels good? That's good. We don't want any tension. As soon as there's tension, feel free to let me know and we can fix it.
Okay.
The last point of alignment is your chin.
Okay.
So with your head, a lot of people tend to look down, or a lot of people think that they have to look way up, and you want to find a halfway point. The same with everything. So I like to say lucky L, and what I do is that I match up the tip of my thumb
Mm-hmm.
to the middle of my collarbone,
Okay.
and then I put my chin on top of my index finger.
Got it.
So when you're lining it up, make sure that it stays like a straight line
And
from
not
it.
like
Yeah,
this.
so that you're not like this and not like this, but you're measuring it right.
Okay.
Awesome. That looks
Good
great.
point.
Now relax. So can you walk me through your 5 points of alignment one more time?
Sure. So we start with the feet.
Mm-hmm.
Marching position are straight. Standby. So 45.
Yes.
Second point are knees, not locked in but straight. Third point of alignment is pelvis,
Yes.
right has to be engaged. Fourth point of alignment is chest,
Awesome.
sign up. And then the fifth point of alignment is chin. I like the,
Lucky L.
formation, and, there you go.
And there you go. Awesome. Relax. Now we're going to talk about the hand position that you have when you're marching. So there's 3 types of ways that you put your hands whenever you're in the marching field. The first type of way is the easiest type of way and also the more relaxed type of way, and it's called briefcase. So as you can know by the name, it's almost like you're carrying a briefcase because so put your hands into knuckles, and they have to be relaxed knuckles. Again, no tension. That's not what we want. Now put the hands on the sides of the seam of your pants and just let them hang.
Okay.
So you don't want it to be like this, like military marching like that, and be tension. So you don't want, the same as your knees, you don't want them to be too bent, but you also don't want it to be locked in like this. So find the relaxed position to put them in and just let them hang.
Good.
Another thing, make sure that your knuckles are facing straight parallel to the ground. And what I like to do is that a lot of people, when they start marching, they start moving their shoulders to the side. I like to have people grab to the edges of their pants, so that way you are certain that they're staying next to you when you're marching.
Good point. Okay.
Awesome. So relax. The next type of hand position that we have is called horns up.
Okay.
So this is the position that we take whenever we're about to play an instrument, or whenever we want to march in a position that is how we would play on the field. So I like to call it the power triangle.
Okay.
So the first thing you have to do is you have to put your right hand into a knuckle, loose knuckle again, and then you put your left hand and you line up the joints of your left fingers on top of the knuckles of your right hand.
Okay.
And you just wrap it around. The next thing you want to do, don't forget about the thumb, you want to gently place it on top of the hole that is created with your hand.
Got it.
So let me just check that really fast. Awesome, that looks great. So the next thing we want to think about is how the angle of our hands, right?
Right.
So go like this. This is 180. We don't want this. This looks dumb. Now go like this. This is 90, and we don't want this either because this is too constricting. It doesn't look powerful. It doesn't have presence. We want to go halfway between that. What I like to define as like 120.
Okay.
At this angle, it should feel like strong and powerful. Also, you don't want your shoulders or your back to collapse because of it.
Got it.
You want to still maintain all the 5 points of alignments aligned in addition to that. And you are already doing it, but I want to explain your hands should be at your mouth level.
Okay.
Because it's like you're holding a trumpet and you're playing.
Okay.
And make sure that your chin is still facing the same angle, because a lot of times you let go of the chin when you're in that position. So relax, shake that out. I know it's a lot of information that I'm throwing at you, but you're doing really well. The last hand technique that you need to know is standby. So this is really easy. This is your resting position. So whenever I say standby, you go to this position with your 5 points of alignment plus this hand movement, and that is your resting position, and it means that you're at attention.
Okay.
That you're there to listen to instructions. So put your right hand into a fist, and then grab your left hand and karate chop the knuckles. Then what you're going to do is just place your hand on top and wrap it around your hand, and thumb again just there on the side and tucked in.
Okay.
And then just lower them, and it should be like belt buckle.
Perfect. Good.
Awesome, that looks great. So relax, and let's put it all together. Put all your 5 points of alignment, plus adding the standby. Put hand position.
Okay.
So walk me through it. Just what it is, you don't have to explain it.
So feet, this is gonna be a standby, or is it gonna be a?
At standby.
Standby. Just feet at 45.
Yes,
Knees straight and not locked in.
exactly.
Pelvis tucked in. Chest up. Chin. lucky chin, and standby hands.
Awesome. And that looks great, Dad. Lucia, could you film so that you can see all of Dad's wonderful work here? So the way that I like to check that you're having all your 5 points aligned correctly is that they should be able to look at you at the profile vision and be able to have like a ruler behind your back, and they should all line up. So Lucia, could you show his profile vision really fast? And as you can see, he has all of the 5 points of alignments aligned, and there is no, the hips aren't too far back or too far forward, they're correctly one straight line. So you can relax now. High five, Dad. That was great. Awesome.
Wow.
Now you only have to do this 3 more times with your other daughters. Next more course. The next thing that you are going to learn is how to take your first step. So your first step, can you put your arms on briefcase? It's a more relaxed position so that we can work with this. For when you're marching, your feet are always going to be at parallel, right? So put your feet at parallel. The most important thing to know about when marching is the definition of your legs, right? So please observe. When I take my first step of marching, I am always flexing my foot. So when I flex, I'm transferring forward, right? So without transferring the weight, just flex your foot and move it 1 tile forward. There you go. Now put it back and make sure that let's align them with the tiles that are on the ground. So I'll choose one corner and put your heel there, your right heel there, and now move your left foot and try to line it up with the and really focus on flexing your foot. That should be the thing that takes the most energy, right? So keep those 5 points of alignment still, and just, you can let go of one and this your chin so you can look at your foot and make sure that you're flexing the whole time as you move forward. That looks great. Now go back and move. And go back and move. That looks great, Dad. So analogy or metaphor that I use so that you make sure that you always know that you're flexing your foot, the same as I said about the sign on your chest. You also have a sticky note on the platform of your shoe that you want your mom or your wife to see from the bleachers. And that sticky note says, hi, and you want to make sure that she can see that, so you're trying to flex that foot as much as possible so that I am able to see that sticky note. Awesome. The next point that comes when taking your first step is the transfer of weight. When we walk naturally, we walk and we're continuously transferring weight from one foot to another, so much that you could stop me in mid-movement and see where exactly I transfer my weight, right?
Correct.
In marching band, it's the same thing. But the thing with marching band, you want to make sure that the transfer of weight is completely equal.
Okay. So
that's what we call 50-50. 50% on your right, 50% on your left.
Okay.
So put your foot on parallel, flex that foot, and I want you to transfer the weight from your right foot to your left foot so that you feel 50-50. Without bending your leg. So when you're transferring 50-50, this heel should be lifted up. So I'm going to lift up your heel. There you go. So
wow.
You should make an effort. Yeah, exactly.
That is hard.
That is hard. And you have to make a constant effort to balance. And for me, that's hard.
It is.
And you have to make an effort to balance. And that's why you're engaging your core with that pelvis tucked in is so important. So you want to go this way before you put it. So really I like to think that I have like a string on the top of my head that is pulling me to the ceiling. So that is keeping me all the time straight up, right? So let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, step out. Awesome. Yeah, that looks really good. So stay there for 5 seconds. I'm going to check it really fast. Okay, you can relax now. You can relax. Sorry for putting you through that. That looks great, then. So congratulations. You have finally known your 5 points of alignment, your 3 ways to put your hands, which is stand by briefcase and horns up, and you've taken your first steps. So high five. Good job.
Now you just have to march a 6-minute show.